Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night. Welcome to just a quick pop-up stream. I was sitting here bored this evening, and I take about an hour flight, and we're going to loop around Montreal in this ancient old plane, but it's a beautiful aircraft. I can't remember it. I can't pronounce it anyway. Socha. I just thought it'd be fun to just take a look at what it looks like now, and then come back and revisit Montreal and Ottawa after the next world update, which we've learned will be Canada. So like I said, I was bored kicking around. Not a lot to do this evening, so I figured we'd go ahead and do this. Give it a try, give it a fly. You're more than welcome to fly along. Like I say, we're starting in Montreal and we're heading for Ottawa. There's 3 or 4 water bases around Montreal. You can pick one up, but if you happen to, it's LLUL. Lima, Lima. I can never remember U and L. Lima. What is U? Oh, I have no idea. Utica. I'm going to end up at CNO5, which is just outside of Ottawa. It's another water base. Well, we're going to take a quick lap around Montreal. See how the city looks. And I think we're going to get this old bird in the air. At first, when I bought this, I wasn't sure I liked it. I've flown it a couple times since, and it's been growing on me. Music might be a touch loud. Maybe not. Let me know if anybody's out there and you don't like it. It's too loud. Let's get... The hell, do I have an anchor going or what? At full throttle, I can't move this bird. No, that didn't help. It's like I'm stuck. Alright. Well, there's a bug. Both props are running. Full throttle. Says my airspeed's 60 knots and I'm not moving. Says I'm going 80. Says I'm going 85. Hey, set on. Apparently I got an extremely bugged aircraft here. So we're going to give it some altitude, see if we can't fix that. Oh, you know why? I'm still in active pause. What an idiot. My fault. That could be explained why nothing's working the way it's supposed to. I was still in pause because I was around. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Don't mind me. It just seemed like a nice evening. I'll probably have to kick the time back a little bit. It is around Montreal. We just left from Lima, Lima, and like I just said, I can never remember you. Lima, Lima, Lima. It's a seaport near Montreal here. If I can get this bird up in the air, which I have not been having much luck with here. We're going to restart. Just going to totally restart this. Things did not go well the first time around. I forgot I was in pause mode. A million things didn't go right. Let's restart and try again. There we are. I'm going to kick the time back just a tad too, I think. I'm on live. Kick back just a little bit. Get a better look at the city. We're going to fly around Montreal. Like I said, it's just pretty much now to see how it compares in a couple of months when we get the when Canada finally gets its update. Yeah, I was just being a mess there for a minute. So what happens when I don't try to organize a stream and I just pop up. Nobody was streaming that I wanted to watch, and I wanted to fly. Anytime this bird wants to get going fast enough so I get in the air. There it goes. Come on. This thing is kind of fun. No frills. No flaps. Not much of anything. It's got a pretty scratched up windshield. Where is my RPMs on this beast? Right there, I think. Yep. Oh yeah, we run flat out and not over rev. Good. We'll take a quick trip around the island, Montreal. We'll take and make sure we head over to where the Formula 1 track is. Yes, I do that. I know that update 10 has been delayed 2 to 3 weeks, they said. And World Update 11 will be Canada, which will be another month after that. But figured I haven't flown up here yet, other than just personally flown up here. I haven't flown up here on stream. And only about a 25-minute flight from my house. I wanted to fly something different. I didn't want to fly around screaming fast. I didn't want to do bush flying. I figured this beautiful old girl would be the way to go. A cruise ship with wings. The Montreal airport used to be Dorval, but it's now Trudeau. Obviously, Montreal really needs some love. Hey, Luke, how's it going? Yeah, it's got very big old V10s, V12s. Two big old V12s. Like I say, it's pretty much no frills. It doesn't have flaps. It's a boat. Even the dash looks like a boat, not much of an airplane. It's odd, but it's fun. Montreal is going to look so different when they finally get around to updating it. Right now, it doesn't have any of the tall buildings that I can see until we get over here where they mostly are. Usually when I come up to Montreal, this is the area I hang out in up here, the West Island. The West Island is the English-speaking part of the island. This eating quite a few meals down here on the canal. The other airport's actually like 30 miles north now. They had Maribel and Dorval. And Maribel's still farther out. Maribel, it used to be, Maribel's like 20 miles north. But the international traffic used to come out of Maribel, and all the domestic was Dorval. But people didn't like traveling that far out of the city. Just touchy on the trim. People didn't like going that far out of the city to head out of the area. So Maribel now is a Bell Helicopter has a big thing there. Textron, which is part of Textron Aviation, they built the 429 there, developed and built the 429 there. They also build some of the Cessna Citations up there now. And it's a cargo airport now, and there's no commercial flights out of it at all. And then they renamed this one Trudeau. And that's about it. And now both international and domestic fly out of Trudeau. There's the Chateauguay Bridge. For the life of me, I think the next one is Champlain Bridge, but I can't remember. I usually come into this one and leave my car in the park over here. And hit the metro for the city, because it's only $10 a day to park out in the out in Hanger-On Park. I'm sure you did. I crossed it before they did all the last time I crossed it before they did all the repairs on it. There was holes, like big potholes, and you could see all the way down through to the water. That thing was scary. I can't wait to see what they're going to do with this. They said there's, what, 5 or 6 cities getting full workups, and that's pretty much every major city in Canada. I already saw the Olympic, on their one teaser shot, showed the Olympic Stadium up here in Montreal. Your friend used to ship bricks every day on the bus crossing. Yeah, it used to be freaking scary before they passed it up. Like I said, there was giant freaking holes in it. It was scary as hell. Drop a little altitude here. Yeah, I think this is the Champlain Bridge, and is this a Champlain? The Champlain's scary as hell because there's like one bridge with like 6 lanes and no barriers, and then they switch which lanes you could drive in. Like in the morning when everybody's coming into the city, 4 lanes in, 2 out, and then reverse it in the afternoon, but there's no center barrier. No, this is the twin. I haven't been up here in a while, but that bridge was crazy. The Jacques Cartier. I can't remember which bridge I'm at. Gotta go out and buzz over the Formula 1 track real quick. They don't even have the right buildings up here, so I can't wait till they redo this, actually get to it. And have the cathedrals. And Montreal's a pretty awesome city, and I don't like cities. I hate cities, and Montreal's one of the few I actually enjoyed going to. I quite literally hate cities. That big long square building right there is the normal paddock area for the Formula 1 race. That tall building in the middle is a casino, which doesn't look anything like that. The rest of the year it's a park. Formula 1 race for 1 week a year, and the rest of the year it's a park. They do some water sporting events out in this little stretch here, like the rowing during the Olympics. Yes, the food is incredible. And yeah, I used to go up there and party a lot when my drinking days. And there's the famous hairpin right below us. They don't have the dome for Man in His World from the World's Fair, so hopefully they'll add that. Amusement park's not here. Laurent Amusement Park. They've got all the stuff, but they're not actual amusement park rides. Crescent Street. I'm going to butcher this name. Chiang Meling Zhu. Welcome. Hello. Yeah, I can't wait to come back after they update this. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. If I got it close, great. If not, well, I'm sorry. There's old Montreal, which actually kind of does look like this. And here's the Olympic Center. It's a really cool tower and stuff that's not in here. So that's what I mean. Part of this flight was to see what it looks like today and what it'll look like after the world update. Just to compare the two. Hey, good morning, Wes. How are you today? You're going to ask me the name of this plane. It's Sequoia? I don't know what plane this is. It's one of their... Oh, dear Lord. I got it down here. It's the Marchetti. That's it. Sequoia Marchetti. It's a tie-in. It's really just a flying boat. It's a flying yacht. It's all boat and very little plane. I'm well, thank you. I got bored, much like you guys did this morning, and wanted to fly. And I took a page out of your flying boats this morning and said, you know, I haven't flown boats in a while, so I figured I'd give her a go and come up here to Montreal. So I can do a comparative thing, fly through now, and then in a couple months when we get World Update 11 and they redo Canada, we can take another look at the city and see just how much it's changed. And we're going to zip on up to Ottawa. Yeah, I wish I had more time, but I had to get my dad to... We got a 6-hour round trip to take him down to the VA hospital. Luckily, it's nothing major, just hearing aids, but still, it's a long trip. The only good thing is they ordered hearing aids that the lady that's up here is licensed to repair, so he won't have to, once he gets them issued, he won't have to go all the way back to Albany again. He'll be able to do it right here in town. All the service on it. Oh, that'll be good. That's a long haul, but I did get to go to Hooters for dinner. I don't realize how big the St. Lawrence River is. It's a monster. And that Montreal itself is just an island in the middle of that river. I can't wait till they get it totally updated, because then we'll have the St. Peter's Cathedral. A lot of the stuff that's missing. Take a quick peek at the map. I don't even know where the hell I am. I mean, I know where I am, but where am I on my trip? Okay. You know, that's something I really wish they would add to... I really wish they would add a filter for the seaports. Right in the world map, so you can just select show me only seaports, so it'd make it easier to find places to fly this beast. Because it has no wheels. Can't land on land. There's no landing gear. 100% boat with a wing. Oh, that's cool. Not too far away. The main highway and the big rail yards are out here. This is kind of the industrial part of the city. I love this. Got little hatches to go into the boats on each side. Somebody did put modern comms in it. It does have a little APU, which is really fun. You can hear it's a little single-cylinder engine chugging away when you do a cold start on it. Which I didn't do the start on stream. I just restarted it because I had made a mess when I started. The wingspan on this beast. It's a wonder they ever, the two props just stayed, or the two giant engines stayed up there. Were just those, so I imagine at the time were, maybe they were steel, but they look like reinforced wood. That's like the ride right there, pop up, now your own little hatch. This is a great place to, you want to fly underneath bridges. Yep, that's what it is. The S-55. I can never remember the name. It's a neat old plane. Give it that. But it's not much. I mean, it's a plane, but it really is just a couple of yachts. Two big old wooden boats hooked together. And we got brass portals. I mean, so much of this thing is just amazing. You wouldn't want to fly it when it's raining and cold. Yeah, there's S-55 right there. Love the fact that somebody put a skull on this. I don't know if that was done on purpose, but it certainly looks like it was. Looks like there's a skull on the radiator. I'm from America. America. I'm from New York. I have had bald eagles hanging out in my yard before. On the river fishing. Sitting in the tree in my yard. This is not a high-speed rate of travel. But it's a great way to see things. I'm from the pub next door. Oh man, that's pretty much it. I have no idea what that gauge does, but it points. I don't know what any of these gauges do. There's my vertical speed. Anemometer, which is wind speed. Altitude? And I have no idea what that is. Not a clue. Suppose it'd be helpful to know these things before I actually flew it, but I know that's vertical speed, that's wind speed, that's pressure, so that's altitude. No idea what that is. That might be RPM. That's probably RPMs. Right? Nope, that's RPMs over there. I don't know what those two are, but there's two of them, so it must have to do with the engines. Not a clue. The fuel switches. No, magnetos. Starters. Battery. APU, panel lights. Might as well turn the panel lights on because we're going to need those. Yeah, that's a little ways away. Definitely a little ways away. I flew for one leg of the flight last night. In a plane that was really a dog. This thing probably flies as fast as that did. There was Wes, there's the far at the start there was Brett and Wes, and then I jumped in. And then they got to the Bahamas, and a couple other people picked up and started flying. I crashed. You have your own seaplane? That's cool. I'm just trying to bleed off a little altitude here. Everybody go blind staring into the sun. Well, I don't have a plane. I only have flight sim, and that keeps me happy. It's cheaper. It's safer. Alright, I'm going to change my angle. That staring into the sun's annoying. This thing really has some monster control surfaces. Huh. It was early in the morning for me, anyways. Probably late at night for them. Yeah, they had seaplanes and that free rare one. Free, I can't talk. I still can't say S worth of dams. But I did finally figure it out as a whistle. You know what? I want to see where I'm going. We're just going to kick that to like noon or morning so it's behind us. There we go. That's better. Oh, I appreciate that. I fly it on a big TV because my vision sucks. The hell, there's a big rip down the middle of the river. We'll just ignore it and hope it goes away. There's a hill. There's not many of those around here. There's up north where you get into skiing areas and stuff. Head up towards Mount Tremblant, racetrack, ski center. I think I should have put up some more relaxing music than this. Let's see. This is good, but not quite what I'm looking for. I want something more chill. Of course, now that I say that, I really like this one. Of course, I had to say I really liked the horror music the other night flying. I don't know why, but that just really worked. I'm gonna switch the music over to this one. This is more upbeat, maybe. Well, I don't know. Find out. Mount Tremblant, the trembling mountain. Now, when that earthquake hit, that mountain shook for something like 7 years worth the aftershocks in an area that's not seismically active. Apparently, I can't talk today. Waco 937 CF BBQ biplane. It's a pretty rare aircraft. Why the hell would you have a barbecue plane? Summertime you hike up, and wintertime you ski down. Yep. And it's kind of whiteface. And the whiteface in the wintertime we drive up, and in the summertime we drive up, and the wintertime we ski down. I like how they have whiteface set up. You can hike up it. You can ride the gondolas up the little whiteface. But if you want to go up to the top, it's cool because the entire top of the mountain is fully wheelchair handicap accessible. As you literally go up to the castle, you drive up to the castle, and then you can go literally right into the middle of the mountain and take an elevator up to the top. I tell you, the trim on this thing is incredibly touchy. Like one click of trim changes it from climbing too fast to diving into the ocean. Where are we? We're up there. We got a long ways to go. Well, I'll make it all the way to Ottawa. We can land on the water anywhere between here and there when we get sick of flying. Try to trim this thing out, and she doesn't want to stay trimmed out. Yeah, surprisingly, this thing must have some monster fuel tanks because I've only used 8% since starting. Yeah, all the Gananoque Indians. Yeah, I know. They're him. They have definitely. They do all kinds of stuff to piss off both sides, actually. They also put up all their stop signs that say "Stop, not arrête" in French. Oh yeah. Cool shadow down below. The Gananoque and the Akwesasne both like to push the buttons. Yeah, the Akwesasne one time. No, they don't. They do not cross between the two because, well, there's several of their reservations which are on both sides of that are both Canada and the U.S. So they can cross without it anyways because they can cross from Indian tribal land to tribal land without ever actually crossing a U.S.-Canadian border. The Akwesasne one time, they were having the state tried to shut down their casinos, and then they had a big standoff. And one of the state troopers, when the Indians came after them, one of the state troopers got scared and ran off and left the keys in the car and left it running at the blockade. So the Native Americans, they stole the freaking car, rolled it in somebody's garage in the middle of the night, repainted it, and it came out the next day in the middle of the standoff with the Akwesasne tribal police painted on it. Yep. They closed the Mercier Bridge. They closed the what the hell's the one in Messina? The Cornwall Bridge. They shut that one down quite often too. And that's like 100-mile round trip to go to the next bridge. Get from the U.S. to Canada. Well, during one of their standoffs in Akwesasne, they shot down a military helicopter. Luckily, nobody was killed. The helicopter was able to land, but they actually shot it down. Like, I don't know why the local sheriff had to keep going and busting their casinos and the police and all that. It's like, leave them alone. It's their land. It literally is all we left them. Oh, and the Mercier Bridge? Yeah, that was rough that time. That was a pretty big uprising, and I don't remember what that one was over. I get why it's so hard to just let them do their own thing. It's their land, and actually most of this land was their land before we got here. Oh, that's right, tax-free tobacco. It still is tax-free in New York. New York tried to pass a law mandating they put the taxes on it, and they told them, screw off. We're not charging tax on it, and that's where it ended. At one time they did that. They passed another thing where they're going to tax them, and that's when they shut down the Cornwall Bridge. It's like, you're not taxing us. Like, their sales amount to such a little portion of the overall sales of tobacco and whatever else, and gasoline they sell tax-free too. Their sales amount to such a little percentage that governments ought to just leave them alone and say, look, whatever. We stole all the good land, gave you the crap land, and now we're going to tax you to death? Leave them alone. I was just teasing about the barbecue. We Americans love to barbecue everything. BBQ is short for what we call barbecue. And we'll put just about anything on a grill and barbecue it. Anything that remotely resembles meat, we'll find a way to barbecue it. A few more hills up here. There's some real pretty locks right in the middle of Ottawa, right through the city. There's a canal that goes right through the middle of the city of Ottawa, and it's got locks that goes up to it, and it's all gardens. It's pretty. It's a very pretty city. And once you're out of Quebec, everybody speaks English. What's really interesting, if you ever go north, like way north to the Inuit tribes, they don't like the French at all. If you go up there and you speak French, they'll ignore you something fierce. Oh yeah, I live right in the middle of the mountains. Oh, you skated through when it froze over in the winter? Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I live in the Adirondack Mountains. That happens to be the largest state forest in the world where I live. And for most of you metric users, the Adirondacks kick it around 13,000 square kilometers. The mountains where I live. Eat beaver tails. What do they do? Make waffles shaped like beaver tails? Go to Ottawa for Taco Bell? That's pretty sad. I'm a little more adventurous than that. If I want Mexican food, I go to like Austin, Texas. Or southern Nevada, down where the Mexicans are settled. Actually, really funny right now. If I want Mexican food, I found a guy that races with us. One of the guys that races with us, his truck driver is Mexican from Mexico, and he has a food truck, which is to die for. But yeah, I don't go to Taco Bell on purpose. No, there isn't. I'm not surprised. Probably has something to do with the naming thing. That's why there's a lot of stuff that's not there because of naming things. They get that crazy naming rule. I'm not even sure what the rule is. It's some sort of funky rule that's got to be named in French, and it has to. I don't know how it all works out, but there's certain things that aren't there just because of the naming. I go to the Montreal smoked meat shop. I love it so much I hardly eat anything else when I'm up there. Get a big old Montreal smoked meat sandwich and a thing of poutine. I'm ready to roll. Yeah, no, I'd say that, but there's some strange naming law in Canada that prevents certain shops from actually being there because of the way the names translate. Yeah, there's strange things that have to change. Real poutine, not that shit people pretend to make either. With real homemade french fries, real cheese curd, not shredded mozzarella, and frickin' gravy. Done the real way. Then it's to die for. And Montreal smoked meat is nothing more than they take a corned beef brisket and cook it on the slow cook it over a smoker. Oh, it's to die for. It's funny, if you ever went over to West Island, you know that they don't. The West Island of Montreal is not bilingual. It's all English, including the signs, the street signs. And they pay this huge fine to the city every year because they won't change them. They're like, keep finding us. We don't care. We're an English community. We're from England. We settled this area. We're not changing everything to French. And they just don't. The whole West Island of Montreal is all English. It also happens to be a very wealthy area, so they can just tell them to go screw, basically. We're cooking now. Doing 118. Just flying along. Sitting here getting a massive craving for a donut, and know I'm going to have to settle for grapes. That's the way life has gotten lately. Hey, have a good one, Wes. Thanks for stopping by. Always appreciate you stopping by. Hopefully we'll see you soon. Maybe in your stream soon. Right? You're going to stream again soon. So I can come harass you. Have a good one, mate. Mate, so you got me, guys got me starting that shit. It's all your fault. There's a little seaport up on this little tiny pond up here instead of the middle of the river, which I chose to land at. It may be bad. It's a small lake and not. I probably should have landed in the main body of the river, but that's okay. Oh, you're going out? We're taking your phone? Awesome. Appreciate it. I'm just chilling. Got ready to go over towards Ottawa here. We're getting closer. I gotta look this up again. There's a that's a freaky statistic about Canada. That 90% of all Canadians live within 100 miles of the American border, even though they're the second largest country in the world. I knew it was something high. I didn't realize it was 90%. You can watch and drive. I don't care. But if you wreck, don't mention my name, because somebody will add me to the lawsuit. The Ottawa River. Probably not the Ottawa River. What river is that? Yeah, it's the Ottawa River. Have we been going up? What town are we in now? Been over Hawkesbury already. Right? Yeah, I think this is Clarence, Rockland. That we're over now. And I'm not paying attention. We're heading right out. Now I'm trying to fly and not pay attention. I'm flying right off the river. I'm not even following the river. Yeah, some of this place definitely needs an update with the satellite photos and some love. Like all the Asobo planes are on sale right now. I don't know if you noticed, but there's like 4 or 5 of them that I don't have, and maybe I'll pop up a poll on the Discord and let you guys pick which one I should buy. Buy and fly. Tonight's just a chill. Yeah, Ottawa definitely needs some work in the sim. Just like Montreal needed some work, Ottawa really needs some work. We won't be there in 10 minutes, but we'll be there soon enough. More of the channels cut for the big ships. The real big ships run up the St. Lawrence. That's fun. You go up and watch the big ships go through the locks. Big lake boats. Oh, it's so flat out this way. Up there's nice. Flat. Trying to figure out how that middle rudder works. or if it's just stability and that doesn't move. Oh, it moves. So, oh, that must be the control wires down there. Okay. There's the big city of Ottawa. Coming into view. Canada's capital. This had to be a windy sumbitch to fly with that prop right there. And nothing more than this little bar. There's the mixers and the throttles. All linkages too. That's not even cable, that's all linkage. That's that turbo? That certainly is. I'll be damned. I had a 49 Chevy pickup truck that the entire emergency brake system was all linkage. There was no cables in it. Yeah, I can't wait to see this in Montreal after they get the update. Actually, I'm really looking forward to flying in Hungary again after that. They're getting an update on the VFR guys are doing an update on it. With the I Love VFR or whatever it is, they're doing an update. Can't wait to go back there. They said the first time I flew there, I made sure to find the zoo and zoom in. They actually put animals in it, and one of the guys that's working on it said they've given the zoo some updates and some love. Yeah, I knew that. I knew the Australians have a utility truck. I'd love one of the Holden Utes. I'd love to get my hands on one in the States, but they're so rare because you have to pay so much to bring them in and have them meet all the standards. Yeah, this is a widescreen plane. It's definitely much more of just a boat with a wing on it. Two wooden boats with wings on it. Brass fuel tank for the pony motor. Somebody even put a skull on the screen, on the radiator. I'm going to fly her in circles here. It's all steampunk. This is a real plane. This is the way it looked back when they built it. All the controls. It's a real deal how it looked. All mahogany and leather, all wood. Just beautiful old plane. Well, it's not. You cannot land this on land. It has no wheels whatsoever. I miss the canals. Yep. Yep. There's the canals up through Ottawa. And here's the locks. Yep. There's all the locks that come up through town, right in the middle of the city. This is all gardens. It's beautiful in the spring when it's all flowers. Lots of boats come up the locks. Yep, it's an old Cadillac. It really is. It's a it's literally a flying yacht. You know, it's an old wooden boat. Two big old wooden boats with two big old that somebody somehow finagled together. Two big 12-cylinder engines, and a giant wing and a tail on a yacht. Something like this thing would be epic to rebuild and turn these into modern, you know, like a camper type thing, so you could just fly off and land and stay. Yeah. I'm not sure what those patches are on the wings. I think they're access panels. Yeah, they are. I mean, this thing's got brass portholes, and they could actually go in the wings. And there's hatches there. There's a hatch there you could ride with your head out. So we got the windscreen, and then from inside you've got your access hatches to go from the cabin to the side hatch. That's how you get in and out of the cockpit. Just a really neat aircraft. I would have never even considered buying one like this, but I decided I want to do all the legends of flight that they've been bringing out, or local legends. So I grabbed it and I haven't regretted it. It's not fast, but it's incredibly stable. It's great for sightseeing. I just really like it. That's the best part of it. I just happen to really, really like this aircraft. If I'm not mistaken, that's the little patch of water I have to land on, even though I've got this giant lake, but I think the airport's just on that little tiny patch of water over there. One of these little patches of water. It's not so little, but might be a handful getting it in there. Ottawa's pretty big, spread out now. But I can't wait now that I know Canada's going to have an update. So I flew today, seeing what it looks like now, and then when they do the world update in a couple months, Canada's getting updated, and we'll see what it looks like after that. Yeah, that's my lake I got to land in, that long, skinny, narrow strip. We don't need that on anymore. I gotta get myself centered, so I'm looking back out the front of the plane here. Might be easier to line this big boat up from outside. What do you mean? You wonder if Canada will be put back also? I'll push back? Yeah, I'm guessing if the one's going back 2 to 3 weeks, that Canada, everything's probably going to be pushed back 2 to 3 weeks. This trip doesn't look very big for a seaplane this big. I'm sure it's fine when I get closer to it, but it does not look big enough. You don't do anything quickly with this. And not too bad. I'm going to land just a little after 9 o'clock. I guess I timed it pretty good. Start losing a little speed here. because I have no flaps. Chop as much speed as I can. We're in a hell of a side slip. There must be a little crosswind here. That's fine. That should help us slow down a little bit. I'll give it some rudder and we'll use that as a brake. Because I keep forgetting, once you hit the water, you don't have brakes. Seaplanes don't have brakes. And especially this one with no flaps, no nothing. The only thing you got to slow it down is the water. This is officially a seaplane landing strip in Canada. Oh yeah. This thing's big, but oh, is she smooth. And we're in the water. Like I said, there's no... Yep, the brake is called land. I keep wanting to slam my brakes on. Come on, anytime you want to stop. I think the actual airport's over the other side here. Oh, they're such a pain in the butt to steer when they're on the water, because this one doesn't have rudders. You have to use the airflow over the tail. I think the actual airport's at down by the water right there. But even if it's not, that's where we're stopping. They have rebuilt one of these, but they have not flown it. But they've completely restored one of these. They have some video of it flying back when it was still around, but they managed to restore one, but they have not taken it for a test flight. Yeah, well, even some modern airplanes, you can put the prop in reverse and use the airflow to stop you, but these old ones, nope. It's got no reverser. And this one doesn't even have rudders that go down into the water, like some of the more modern ones have little flip down rudders. And actually, once I hit the shore, I'm stuck forever because I got no way to push it back. We're going to go right up here and park, because I imagine this is the actual seaplane base. It looks like it. They could probably roll right up out of the water here, the ones that have the ability to do that with wheels. Looks like there's a satellite picture of a plane right there. And we're docked. Oop. And on that note, thanks everybody who hung out and chatted for a few while I flew this beautiful old boat, literally, with wings. It was a lot of fun. It was just a laid-back thing, and I look forward to the Canadian update. We'll refly again. We'll fly from Montreal to Ottawa and see how things change. In the meantime, I should probably won't see you until Thursday next week unless I do a TBM Tuesday on Sunday. If anybody wants to do that, let me know. If not, I may pop up some sort of stream Sunday during the day or tomorrow during the day just to fly because I'm going to be gone. Until then, till the next one, thanks everybody for stopping by. Mr. Zenon, Cthulhu Head, Wes, what was the lady's name there? Zoo, and Luke showed up as well. So I want to thank everybody for stopping by, and we'll see you later this weekend at some point. I'll stream again. All right, have a good one.